What's going on, guys? Just gonna wait a couple more minutes, let some more people come in, and then we will start over here. Start the video. How's everyone doing? What's going on, Yali? 7277. Hello. How's it going, guys? Yali, I think you're a little bit late. I had a video out last week about suggesting a new channel name, and if I pick it, you will be the winner. If I don't pick it, then I will take all the names and put them in a draw, and then pick out a winner. Hello from Saskatoon, Canada. Hello, back to you. How are you? Hello from snowy Minnesota. Oh man, I bet it is cold up there, Derek. How much snow have you guys gotten so far? How much snow have you guys gotten so far? Let me see. I know it's crazy. I mean, we were really cold up here the last couple of weeks, and then the weather is now starting to take a turn, uh, which is uh, which is good for us because I hated. I mean, I hated the fact that I couldn't ride. It was just too much. I mean, and I can only imagine up north, you guys are in it. No riding season for at least 4 months or 3 months, knee deep. Wow. Wow. Oh, I know New York, New Jersey got a lot of snow too. Wow. Yeah, that's man. I hope I hope the I hope it gets good enough where you guys can go out and ride then. I'm just putting in the numbers, guys. For the raffle draw, I had the app up and running, and on the other one with all the numbers inputted for the drawing, but for some reason it didn't work. So, sorry about that. I thought I was ready to go with the drawing, but before we start the drawing anyway, I'll go over what's going on, what channel name I ended up going with, and also there were a bunch of questions about the Florida trip that I took. So, any questions you guys have about the Riker or my experience with it, or the Florida trip that I took, or because it was a 700-mile trip one way down there. We did it in one go. A lot of people had a question about the bag that I was using. It was a dry bag where I got it from Amazon. It's called Wild Heart, I believe, and it comes in three different sizes. I went with the 60 liter. It was like around. Smash the like button. Thank you, Saad. Saad from Dubai. How's it going? Thank you, thank you. So, yeah. So the bag was $70 on Amazon. I mean, it's like the best value bag I have gotten. Um, I bought like three bags. One was a GV bag or a GV bag, however you say it. I call it GV. And there was another brand I forgot, and they were both like $150 plus. I was like, $150, man. That's okay. I mean, the bag's got to be, I'm sure it's a brand name bag. The bag's going to be worth it as well. But I have to say that this cheap $70, not cheap, but still cheaper compared to all these other Italian, brand names and whatnot. I thought it was pretty cheap for $70, 60 liters. It was bigger than the other ones, and yeah, I mean, it has a valve in it where once you roll the bag down, you can open up the valve and get the air out, and then so it kind of gets more compact. I mean, it was good enough that Brian also bought the same bag, and yeah, I mean, Brian bought the same bag, and um he bought the bigger one. I think he got the 70 liters, which was just another 10 or $20. But Anyway, anybody else has any questions? Let me go up to the comments here and see. Um, minus 40 last week. Oh my goodness. 24 degrees sunny right now up there. Snowmobile rides. That's cool. Um, bike and shit since September 30th. Oh man, that is a long time. I know you can't wait to get riding, Alan. I rode for the first time in 2 months yesterday. I mean, believe it or not, yesterday is when I rode for the first time. I was like, I can't believe it. I mean, why did it take me so long? But it was a cloudy here, no rain, and it was around 67, 68 degrees. And since I came back from Florida, I went straight to my folks' place and parked the bike there. And I took it out a couple of days ago, brought it back. So it's been sitting there since end of December until last couple of days. So almost 2 months, if not a little bit more. So yeah, it's been down there. Had a good time riding. Have been looking at some bikes. A lot of rumors out there. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Yes, uh, since I um since I went out to Florida on the bike, I was able to, I kind of got that fever, like, hey, I want to do more longer rides. And even though the Ryker was great, I was super comfortable in it. I uh, I am now wanting to get a bigger, heavier bike. Uh, so so yeah, I've been looking at some bikes, and I love the Ryker, but I think I'm getting the fever of getting a nice touring bike with some amenities like heated grips and cruise control and whatnot. So a couple of bikes I've been looking at. We went out yesterday, rode with Brian, Denise, and we went to a couple of showrooms to look at some bikes. But just so you know that I had a competition out. Hey, from Michigan, how are you? Hey, let me tell you, when the first place I was in when I came here all those years ago was in Michigan, just so you know. So, but I was in the Upper Peninsula in Marquette, and then when I saw the snow and the cold weather in Marquette, I quickly kept on moving south until I landed in Atlanta. So, Kim, just so you know, I've lived in Marquette, Michigan, which is Upper Peninsula. Still have some family up in Michigan too. So, matter of fact, I'll be there in July. So, but anyway, so what happened is I opened up the channel for those of you who know about the contest or not. But I opened up the channel, not the Knight Ryker. I love the name. Came out with it in 2 minutes, and then what I did was got some followers, and the channel kind of started to grow. And then I realized that I had made a mistake. Didn't think too much about it. Put too much thought in it, and I should have named it something that didn't have to do just with one particular bike or brand. So that's why I threw a contest out there. If you can throw a name, and if I choose it, you win 100. If I don't, I have all the names here. You see, I put down all the names here and gave it a number. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I've got 29 entries, and I've got it all right here in the app. And I did not end up choosing a name, but there were some good ones. I just want to go over a couple of good ones, like Night and Day Motor Vlogs. Almost chose that one, next SP, just so you know. There was one Xeon 3 Motor Vlogs, which was cool if I stick with 3 wheels. If I go back to 2 wheels, that might not be, so the hookah rides, I got a giggle out of that one, the hookah rides, because I do like some hookah. If Beth is listening, she makes fun of that word for some reason. Motorola Z. So that was kind of funny. Riding with Z. So a couple of good ones in here. Plenty of good ones, I should say. So, but what I did was I took the duplicates out. If you said the name in the beginning, and somebody else said the same name later after you, then unfortunately they're not in the drawing. But I don't think there were that many names. There's only one name, but I think everybody else is in here. So here it is. I've got all the numbers in the app, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the spin button, and then it's gonna pick out a number, and we'll see whose name pops up. But before I do that, I guess the first thing I should have asked was, can you guys hear me clearly? No issues. Everything good with the sound? Everything good with the sound? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and proceed. I'm going to assume everything is good with the sound. And here I'm going to go ahead and hit the spin button. And okay. Oh, spin the wheel. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and spin the wheel. Number 21 is the winner. Let's see who number 21 is. 21 is Mystery Machine. So Mystery Machine, you are the winner. Just want to let you know real quick that I did end up naming the channel Ride About Now. I for some reason that name stuck with me. A lot of people have given me feedback, and it's just kind of like, right about now, we're going to a trip or going to this ride or whatever. So yeah, once more, guys, Mystery Machine. I don't know if you're online or not, but if you're not, you were number 21 on the list. So congratulations. You win the $100 the Cycle Gear gift card, and they do have an e-gift card. So reach out to me, Knight Ryker, the Knight Ryker at gmail.com, and just confirm your email address, and I'll send you the e-gift card details, and you can go ahead and purchase. But just so you know, the channel in the next couple of weeks is going to change from the Knight Ryker to Ride About Now. So I just wanted to show you real quick that you might see a logo change as well. And I'm going to get this logo animated as well, so that way you can understand what the design behind the logo meant. But this is what the logo is going to look like. So it's got the R here, the small A, and then the N. So Right About Now. So that's going to be the new channel name. Thanks, DK. I appreciate it. Thanks, Sax Riker Rider. I appreciate it as well. So that's going to be the new channel name and the logo Right About Now. And I'm going to have it animated. Somebody mentioned Fiverr.com to me, and man, they've got some services there. So they have people who can design your logo for like 10, 20 bucks, or they can animate your logo for 20, 30 bucks. And I actually, believe it or not, I designed this logo myself. And same thing with the Knight Ryker logo. So I just sat there, designed it. I kind of like it. It's not bad. It looks it's kind of different, catchy. So yeah. So the new channel is going to be named the Right About Now, and I'm going to see if I can change the ownership of the channel and just change the name. I'm pretty sure I can do that, so that way you guys don't have to do anything. One day you'll just open up YouTube and see the channel name has changed from the Knight Ryker to Right About Now, because I have to change the email address as well. So that's going to happen. If not, then I'll post a link. The bad way will be for me to post a link and say, please go to this other new channel and hit subscribe. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Once again, congratulations to Mystery Machine. You're the winner of the $100 gift card. And before I log off, I just want to make sure if anybody has any questions about the bike or our trip down to Florida, just so you know, if you haven't seen those videos, please go look at them. It's a 5-day trip. 3 days in Florida, 1 day going there, 1 day coming back. We went, it was a 700-mile ride down to Miami and then 700 miles back. And we did it in one go, took some breaks, for the gas and whatnot. But I learned a lot about the Ryker that I've mentioned in the videos as well. And I have to tell you, for a bike that originally is not made for long distance riding, I think it was really, really comfortable. I was really impressed. I was not expecting it to be this comfortable. I was Jupiter was cool. Yes, I was just looking at some of these some of your comments here, and I was not expecting it. I told Brian, I'm like, Brian, I may be miserable, so uh, and we might, I don't know how it's gonna go. So, but it turned out to be really good. Of course, we were excited. There was a lot of excitement there. So, the trip went on very quick in my mind. I mean, even though it took us 12 and a half hours to get there, because when we left here, it was like 20, 22 degrees, which translates to like in the single digits on a motorcycle, and the Ryker really doesn't have a whole lot of wind protection, especially if you don't have a windshield or whatnot. So, it doesn't have heated grips. So, yeah, the winter gear really came in handy. Somebody's asking what's the plan for new channel. So right now, the channel name is going to change. Hopefully, I don't have to switch to a different channel, and I will be able to transfer all of you guys, take you with me. If not, I'll put out another another notice on their Knight Ryker channel to please go ahead, follow the link, and click subscribe on the new channel. But as of now, nothing's gonna change in the next month or so. Hopefully, everything's gonna remain the same. It's still gonna be a motor vlogging channel. It's just about riding. And if I get a new accessory that I'm installing myself, I'm gonna go ahead and show that to you. If not, then once it's done, we'll do a review of it. But nothing will change in terms of what I'm doing, the kind of videos I'm bringing to you on the channel to begin with. So everything will remain the same. I have to change the name of the channel because I'm gonna be changing bikes very soon, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick with a three-wheeler. I mean, I like the Spider RT Limited, but it's really expensive, and there's not a whole lot of used ones in the market right now, especially anything near me. So I'm thinking it's going to be probably a Harley, or I even like a Honda Goldwing. The new Honda Goldwing I really, really like. So they've still got some 2020 models that are brand new in the market that I'm hoping they'll discount. But I will be putting the Ryker up for sale any day. And if somebody purchases it, great. If not, then I'll probably think about trading it in. But yeah, my Ryker will be going up for sale. But until it sells, I'm still going to be riding it. I'm going to take it to work. I'm going to do weekend rides. I'm going to do whatever, day trips and whatnot until it sells, or until I trade it in. Because I still like the Ryker. Don't get me wrong. I'm just yearning for a heavier, bigger, not necessarily heavier, but a bigger touring bike. So that's what's going to happen. I only have 5,800 miles on it. That's nothing. The last bike I had, I think I put 10,000 miles in 1 year on it. And, there were two bikes I had that I put a lot of mileage on. One was a Harley, and then one was a BMW as well that I had. Put 10,000 or 11,000 miles on one. My first bike I ever got was a sports bike, a CBR 600, cross rocket. And you wouldn't believe, in 11 months, I put 10,000 miles on that. When I went to trade that in, the dealer was shocked. Like, you put 10,000 miles in 11 months on a sports bike? I'm like, yeah, I mean, so yeah, so I'm gonna probably get a Goldwing or a Harley. It's gonna be between these two, unless I find a killer deal on a used new RT Limited. I like those bikes; those are pretty cool. Road trip with Brian to pick up a new Spider. Yeah, yeah. If I find something 300 miles away, I'll ride my Ryker up there. Sell it, trade it if it's not sold already, and then ride the new bike back. And to be honest with you, that's probably what I'm gonna have to do, and I'll bring that on video as well. I'll bring that on video where, like what was my buying experience and whatnot. But like I said, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. It's not going to happen at least for the next month or two. So I'll be keeping you updated on that. But as far as the content goes, whichever bike I have, I'm still going to be me, and the content is still going to be the same as if I had a Ryker or not. So the content will not change. It will be the same thing. If I buy a Harley, my personality is not gonna change. I'm not gonna be like, nothing. I'm still gonna be the same guy. Even, I've owned two Harleys, by the way, just so you know, in case you don't know. My first Harley was in Dubai, and I think me and my buddy Saad, he was on this chat earlier. We went and bought the bike together, and that was my first ever Harley. First ever Harley. But let's see. What do we have here? I'm just going through the comments here because I don't want to miss anybody out. And good with the sound. I appreciate it. Wouldn't be too cool. Spider parked next to the Ryker. Yeah, that would be too cool, right? That would be cool. For me to do that, if I keep the Ryker and buy a brand new Spider, I'm gonna have to get rid of something, and I want to keep a car. So I'm gonna have to get rid of my car to do that. Just broke in then. Yes, Sask Ryker Rider. It just broke in. I actually had the first oil change done just 100 miles ago. I was gonna do it myself, even though I don't have the tools. But I was gonna ask Brian for help because he's very handy like that. And then I figured it's the first oil change. Let me just take it to the dealer, and they did that just to make sure everything is good. The bike was broken in properly. He is so meticulous with this record. I'm all right, you know. Taking a trailer to get the spider. Man, I want to go there. I want to go out and I want to ride the bike back. And Fun and Riker says Goldwing DCT is the way to go. Absolutely. If I get the Goldwing, it's gonna be a DCT. If I get a, you know, if I because they have that option, you know. But I'm okay with going back to you know, standard transmission because honestly, the Riker was the first automatic or, you know, CVT, single gear, whatever you want to call it, bike that I've ridden. I've never ridden anything without gears and a clutch. So my first week, I was looking for the clutch all the time, but I couldn't find it. Brian says, "Screw everyone, let's get Harleys and travel Route 66." Brian, that is definitely on the bucket list. You know, start from, you know, wherever it starts from, go down to Arizona. Absolutely. That would take longer than 5 day trip, Brian. We probably have to take like a 2 week trip or a 10 day trip on that one. So Derek says that he'll ride the Route 66 with us. Bucket list for me too. Um, Brian is handy. Like, why is DK making fun of Brian? Brian, what's going on there? DK, in case you don't know, DK is Brian's other better half. So I'm just curious, why is DK making fun? I think he's, well, I mean, he's pretty handy to begin with, but yeah, that's funny. But yeah, Route 66, that would be a bucket list, you know? I mean, for sure. I've seen so many movies, even the cartoons. I mean, my God, like the Cars cartoon, they show Route 66, and man, a lot of people traveling on Route 66 on YouTube. It's like one of those things I really, really want to do, but that's not something we can do in like 3, 4 days. It has to be a longer trip, at least a week. Well, I don't even think a week is enough. It has to be at least 2 weeks of a trip. And just so you know, Brian, I can take 2 weeks off. Derek and Brian, I can take 2 weeks off from work if I need to make this trip happen. So we'll plan. We'll have to plan it out. It has to be a future, much future trip. You know, like combine it with holidays and take another week off or something like that. Uh, but yeah. So the Florida trip was cool. Not so good going down there because of the cold. Coming back, it was a breeze. I think we did it in 10 hours, 10 and a half hours. So better half is right. That's right. But anybody has any questions about the bike and the trip? Uh, anything, you know, if you guys are planning on going to Florida from here, we took the route we took going down there was, Brian, what did we do? Yeah, so we went down and then went over I-10 and then went up to I-95, took I-95 down to Miami, and then uh, and then on the way back we just took the turnpike. I don't think the time difference was a whole lot because the time we were riding, it was around holiday time and we didn't really hit traffic, except getting out of Georgia. Where was it? Near Macon, I think we hit a lot of traffic, but or not Macon, I can't remember where it was. But we hit some traffic, probably wasted 20, 30 minutes, and after that we were good though. What mode do you use for trip? Oh, I just use regular. I was gonna use eco, but then I figured let me use eco to see what kind of mileage I would get if I would get great miles per gallon, and uh, I ended up using just normal mode. I didn't use any other mode because we were traveling 80, 85 miles per hour, if you notice the video. And in eco mode, I felt like it was just a little bit too slow. Like if I had to give it, you know, if I had to throttle up and pass somebody, or so I just felt like eco mode when you're getting up to 80, 85 miles an hour was a tad bit slow. So I didn't stay in eco mode. I just stayed in the normal mode, which is eco off. So I stayed in the eco off mode, and I mean I got about 25 or so miles per gallon. I mean, D Rollin 3, how are you? So oh well, you're the one who asked the question. Sorry about that. So I stayed in the normal mode, got 25-ish miles per gallon because we were going over 80. So anytime you go over 80, I don't care what bike you have. I don't care if you have an excellent miles per gallon bike or you don't. Anytime you hit 80 or go over 80, your mileage is gonna vary a lot. It's gonna take a hit. So, but still, surprisingly, I was getting 130, pushing it. I think once I got 130 132 or 134, and then I was like, okay, I'm sweating bullets. We need to stop. But that was good because every on average I was getting 125 between 125 130 miles per tank, and that was okay because that's about an hour and a half of riding, and then we would take a break for 10 minutes, gas up, walk around, stretch your muscles a little bit. I was gonna say stretch your butt muscles, and then fuel up, get some energy drinks or whatever, and then hit the road again. So that worked out great because Brian was on his Goldwing, and he's got a 5.5 gallon tank, and he can probably do anywhere from 200 to 240 miles in a tank. Of course, we were doing over 80, 85 miles an hour, so I don't know how much of a hit his mileage would have taken, but he still would have been closer to 200 miles in a tank versus 120 for me. But still, that works great because then we would take frequent stops. We didn't get tired. So anytime you have even if you can do 250 miles, 240 miles a tank, my suggestion would be to take frequent stops. Don't sit 230, 40 miles on a tank and then take a stop. Eventually, it's going to start hurting. Every hour and a half, every 120, 30 miles, we took a stop for 10, 15 minutes and then went on, and we were fresh. We got tired towards the end, but throughout the trip, we were A-okay. No pain, nothing. I have an Airhawk seat on top of my stock rally seat, and if you put them side by side with the Ace model, you'll notice the rally seat is about a half an inch thicker. So the stock seats most bikes have really crappy stock seats, but these Ryker seats are very spongy and very soft. So I put an Airhawk on top of it, and I was really comfortable. What I may have had a really tough time with the trip if I didn't have a proper windshield. Uh, I'm not gonna push any brand or anything like that. I've tried a couple of them, and I've settled for one that I like. And if you're gonna get a windshield, make sure it's enough where you have some, where it covers, this area of your riding and a little bit of the shoulders. Because if you don't have a windshield, a lot of people, ride without windshields. I've never owned a bike with a windshield like this, like the one I have on the Ryker. But when you go on a longer trip, on the highway especially, it will take a toll on your body. The wind hitting you constantly on your chest, shoulder, helmet, you'll get fatigued more. So the windshield I settled with, is wide enough where it covered my shoulders, and there was no head buffeting for me, and I was very happy. That also saved me on getting tired early. So Sask Riker riders, how many miles per tank did I get? On the trip, I was getting anywhere from 125 to 130 miles per tank. Normally, when I ride, I usually get 150. And if it's not too much highway riding, if it's like back roads, the whole time, then I've even gotten closer to 168, not touching 170, but 167, 168 in a full tank. And I think that comes out to, uh, if you get 150, that's 30 miles per gallon, right? So anything over, I think it came out to the highest number I've seen was like 36 miles per gallon or 37. I can't remember. But obviously that's only on like those 45, 50 speed roads, when you're going through the twisties in the mountains. But once you take the highway, even if you don't go 80, 85, you go 65, 75 on the highway, it's still going to take a hit and bring you back down. So on average, mixed riding, when I go to work inside, on highway roads, I do 150 miles per tank. I mean, that's like down to zero, last bar, almost the bar's gone, and it's like at 150. Uh, yeah, I mean, the Harley Street Glide would get you 38. Yeah, I mean, they're rated, like the Street and the Road Glide, both of them are rated for 40 miles per gallon, up to 40 miles per gallon. But you're right, if you do highway riding or whatnot, it's definitely going to be a better. It's definitely going to be more miles per tank if you get any other bike. I'm curious, and this may be common sense, but I'm pretty sure, especially going 90 miles per hour, you're right. It will cut through the wind like the bullet. But on the Ryker, I think it's a heavy bike, right? And and I think I think being it's a 900 cc engine, um, I think it has the weight to lug around, your weight and whatever accessories and whatever you've tied the bike down with. I feel that that takes a hit. That's probably part of the reason why the gas mileage is not so good on a 5 gallon tank for the Riker. I'm pretty sure if the Riker had a bigger engine, slightly bigger engine with a different kind of transmission, with which to make it more efficient, I bet that the Riker would get much better gas mileage. But I'm assuming the combination of a CVT with a smaller engine, a 900 cc engine, I don't know if that's causing the bad gas mileage for the Riker. I'm assuming. So, what's up, Knight Ryker? Hope all is well with you. Whether I win or not, I will still support you. It's good to see a video from you. I appreciate it, Dave Martin. Unfortunately, you did not win. I did the drawing earlier. Mystery Machine was the winner, so congratulations to Mystery Machine. But no, I appreciate it. I know I've interacted with all of you on whenever you comment. So, but especially Dave, I remember interacting with you as well. So thank you for participating. Jupiter Pawella, Chris, what is going on? So Jupiter Pawella is one of the viewers that I met for the first time when we did our Florida trip. And if you've seen the video, you'll see he comes up with his big tummy intro. And Chris, we met up with Chris the next day as well. Roamed all around Jupiter. It was a lot of fun. Made a new friend. Chris, good to see you again on the chat. And but yeah, other than that, I would say don't be afraid. I mean, the things that I have on my Riker made my trip, the road part of the trip, really smooth. Uh, I know I've mentioned this before. I don't know how many of you have this issue with the Riker, but the first time I bought a Riker, it could have been because I was not a brand new. I was brand new to three wheeling, and I didn't take any safety courses or anything. In my mind, I was like, dude, I've been riding for, you know, 15, 18 years. I don't need no stinking course on to learn how to ride a three wheeler. Mistake. It was a big mistake. I should have taken the course, but I kind of taught myself because I had that oh crap moments. The first turn I took with my Riker, I was like, oh crap, I have to lean with towards the turn. Because I'll be honest with you, the first turn I took, thank goodness it was just the inside road. The speed was no more than 30, 35, 30 miles an hour. And the first turn I took, the bike was gonna go straight and I would have been thrown off the bike. So I don't know how I saved myself. Like I wrapped my right leg. I was making a right turn and I almost went off the other way. And I almost I was held on with my foot on the, some part of the bike. Otherwise, my first turn, I was a goner. But but yeah, somebody said hi, hello, John D. How are you? How you doing? And but yeah, so take the course if you're thinking about buying a Riker for sure, because it is different than a two wheel, much different than a two wheel. Not very difficult to learn. I think it's very easy to learn once you get the hang of the physics of it and the idea of it. I think it's easy. It's easier. It's an easier ride, of course, than a two wheeler. But yeah. So first time I went on the highway, I was very scared because the Riker was darting left and right. And it is a lighter bike compared to some of the others. So anytime I would pass a big rig truck or you would have a crosswind hitting you, the bike would just dart left and right. Uh, so I've even mentioned that in my older videos, and then I started doing research in these sway bars, and I ended up going with the Can-Am sway bar, the 33.5% stiffer sway bar, and that helped a lot with the darty movements on the highway, left and right. That helped a lot. I tried the lowering the PSI of the tires or raising it. I don't think I saw any difference there, but a sway bar really helps. It doesn't stiffen the ride. I was scared because I was thinking in terms of getting a sway bar on your car, and how it would stiff it a little bit, but it didn't. It stiffs it. It stiffs the motion of the Riker, the front wheel going like this. But it stiffs it up a little bit, but it's for the better. You don't feel the comfort of your ride will not change. Where you're sitting, it will not stiffen that up. So that will remain nice and cushy. It's just it'll make the handling a little sharper. So if you're thinking about getting a sway bar, or you feel like you're a little it's a little dicey on the highway, I would suggest get a sway bar. There's plenty of videos out there. Beth has put Baja Ron links, and I think I'm not sure if Beth has put the Baja Ron sway bar on there now, but just putting the links, I've heard the side links on Baja Ron links, I've heard make a huge difference. I don't have the side links. I just have the factory side plastic links on there, but I've put the stiffer sway bar. And let me tell you, a combination of that. Somebody's saying, Chris is saying, yes, she did. So she has both the system. And if you put both, I bet you it's going to handle even better than just putting a stock sway bar on there. It's just a pain in the butt putting the sway bar on there. So if you don't want to spend the money, like the sway bar itself from Can-Am was under 150 bucks. And, uh, and the problem is to put the sway bar on. I don't know how to do it. I saw the videos and I was like, too much for me. I went to a couple of dealers and I got the best price of, I think it was 170 or $80. The labor cost more than the part, but I know I would not have been able to do it to open up the whole front of the bike like that and all of that. So I just had that done through them, and and it was the best accessory I have added on, guys. So I know putting the links, the Baharon links are a little bit easier, and somebody did mention that yes, she did, and go up and check her video out. I know there's a lot of videos, but she's got a good video on there, so go check out Ryker Rides and the links that she put on at the edge on the ends, and that alone makes a huge difference. So I know that's a little easier to put on than the bar, so start with that. But if you're gonna go on longer rides on the highway and you feel like your bike is dicey or darty, get the sway bar or the links, and that is like one of the best accessories I put in. The best one I always say was my windshield, because on the highway that just gives me more comfort. Your hand wind guards also help during the winter. Of course, when we left, it was 20 degrees for Florida, so it didn't help. Eventually, it didn't help much. Uh, so Chris is saying that, yeah, she said just the links will be good enough. So, and the links are cheaper as well. I don't think the links are as expensive as the bar, and they're easier to put on. So a lot of people are saying like, yeah, go for it. All bar and links, love it. So Sask Riker Riders has bars and links, and they stand by it. So definitely get a sway bar, because without that, it is darty. And I was speaking with somebody else who doesn't have one, and they went on the highway for the first time, and they were a little scared. And so was I, because I was going 70, 80 miles an hour on the highway, and I had to do like not an emergency lane switch, but just like a quick lane switch. And the roll on the Riker really, really caught me off guard, and I was really scared. My heart started pounding, and I slowed down. I'm like, what is going on? So after much research, sway bar is a must. But yeah, guys. So any other questions? You guys have any other questions on the trip or the Riker or any of the accessories that I've put on? I know a couple of people asked me about the bag on the video. In the video, what kind of bag and how that fared, and the bag was excellent. The dry bag, it's worth the $70 on Amazon. The brand is called Wild Heart. Uh, yes. So the person that won was what was the name they came up with? Let's see, Mystery Machine. I'm gonna go find out. Good question. I actually started writing down the names too. Like I started down there, and then I said, okay, that's gonna take way too long. So let's see the name they came up with. Mystery Machine. I have to find Mystery Machine. Zia's Tips and Trips was the name they came up with. It's in the comment section. A lot of people came up with good names, so I thank you all for participating and giving me, and throwing out some really good suggestions and names. I had a couple in mind already, and one of them I was willing to let go, like the name that I chose, Right About Now, if I heard something really cool. But I stuck with Right About Now, and just watch out for that name change. And in case you haven't seen the logo, I'll show you the logo one more time. It's going to be something like this. It'll say Right About Now, and it's got that logo. I'm going to animate this so a lot of people don't know what this is, and that's fine. The logo, just the logo has, as long as you remember the weird logo, it's all good. But there's an R here. there's a small A here, if you see, and then there's a N right here. So right about now. So that's the logo that I'm gonna go with right now. I'm gonna animate it so it'll be a lot clearer when it gets animated in the intro. So I appreciate it, Chris. Say you like it. Sass Riker, always enjoy your videos. Thank you very much. And no, not that again. Yes, yes, that again, Chris. But no, I appreciate it, guys. If there are no more questions, I think we're gonna wrap up this live session. The John D, the videos will be under the new name once I change the channel name. I'll have the new name, new intro, and everything rolled up in there. I'm gonna. I know there's a way to just transfer everything to the new channel name. So if I'm successful in that, you guys don't have to do anything. If I'm unsuccessful in that, then I'm gonna have to start with scratch, and I'll leave a link in the Knight Ryker channel. Like I'll play a video, it'll have the new link in the, all you have to do is click on it, go to the new channel, hit subscribe. But I am very certain that there's a way to transfer ownership of the channel and just kind of patch it into the new one. So I appreciate it, guys. If there are no more questions, thank you for tuning in. I've got one more video coming. I've got a couple more videos coming out because the name change will not happen for at least a week or two. But yeah, I've got another video coming out where Brian, Denise, and we rode yesterday and went to a couple of dealerships and sat on some bikes. So keep a lookout for that one. If you guys are riding out today, have a safe ride. It's we're supposed to get rain, but it just got sunny out there. So maybe I'll catch a quick ride as well today. But thank you very much for playing. I appreciate your support. And hopefully, if I end up going to a two-wheel ride, hopefully you guys will stay with me because my videos will not change. It will still be about moto vlogging, riding, and going through beautiful scenery in Georgia and maybe surrounding states, if not, wherever. So it's always going to be about riding and having a good time and meeting new people. So I appreciate it. Until next time, guys, be safe.